Hello there, everybody. How are you doing? Welcome. Rosanna here with some Rosy Glow magic for you. Apologies for the slight tardiness. It seemed that the computer technology wanted to shift its vibration before it was ready to go live. So, looking forward to seeing who is going to be joining me this evening for what feels like is going to be a really powerful co-creation meditation in Scorpio with this new moon. Ooh, I actually want to dedicate this whole co-creation to my beautiful, beloved sister, Bear, who is turning 40 tomorrow. And I know that 40 was the start of the best decade of my life so far. And I was with her last night, enjoying her birthday party. So I promised I would dedicate this this whole co-creation to her, and this is about us loving our darkness up. So just while I'm waiting for people to come on board, because I know there's quite a few of you that said you'd be joining, checking in to see if you have your cacao and also your favorite crystals. I have been working with clear quartz and obsidian for the last month, actually. I believe I used these crystals as well with the full new moon meditation in Virgo. And there's something about us being able to embrace our light and our shadow that's so. Remember, you're bringing your light to your shadow, and your shadow is just bits of you that haven't got love. So, hey, dude, you made it! Yay! Anyone else who's joining, feel free to say hello. I'd love to have your comments. And actually, you know, one of the things that is really powerful, hey, Irina, is the intention to write down your co-creation intention. Okay, if you want it to be witnessed by the rest of us, then please add it in the subject heading. Hello, Sheena. I think Sheena's just subscribed as well. So it's great to be seeing new folks and also getting the tribe together. Hey, Anne, wicked. All right, we've got some serious work to do. Today, I am the fairy godmother. I decided to wear black and gold because they're beautiful colours to symbolize the power of Scorpio, and that black sort of mysticism, and then the abundance, the prosperity, the gold, the gifts that come when we go into our fears. And I remember a high priestess telling me when I was about 18 years old, I went to this witches gathering, and I was terrified I was going to turn up there and everyone was going to get snakes out. Don't know why. Anyway, told her this. She laughed at me and she just said, well, you know, scared is sacred, scrambled. And I kind of walked away as an 18-year-old going, oh, that's really, really deep. And then was like, oh, actually, it really is. Wherever we have fear, we have the capacity to bring love to that fear and to empower ourselves. And any of you who are here tonight, I'm sure are here because you have found that there's been a lot going on lately, particularly in the last 2 weeks since we had the last full moon. And I believe the full moon was in Aries, and it's the start of this new fire, this new journey. And for us to really, really come forward on this new journey, then what we have to do is leave our old story and our old path behind. And as much as we say we want to, oh my golly, do we love to hold on to the past. So your crystals are in Tallinn, Estonia. Oh, you left them in Airbnb. Well, you can connect with them there and know that they will be connecting with you. And actually, maybe this is a time to be bringing new crystal energy in as well. Anyway, just going into a quick little offering for you to always anchor, because like these meditations have been going for quite a while now, but essentially the one from the month before seeds the next one. So last new moon, we were really looking at what are the physical, practical steps we need to take in order to be able to align fully with our divine design timeline. And if you don't know that term, I mean, that is your best version of yourself living in this earthly life with your higher perspective awakened and your capacity, well, your deep knowledge and knowing that you are a co-creator of your reality. So just like everything that's brilliant in your life, you participated in it, in creating that. And perhaps you inherited a legacy of expecting those areas of your life to go well, and therefore they do. And then everything else in your life that is challenging, that seems problematic, that's one obstacle after another, is also something that you have contributed to. And again, it may well be the legacy of ancestral patternings and stories that have actually led you to that point. But what we do, excuse me, with each new moon is we plant seeds. So we set intentions, and we're totally coloured by what's going on at the time. So the fact that we're now moving into this Scorpio energy, and the Scorpio is 2 octaves. You've got the scorpion that will attack, that is poisonous, that's venomous, that you could say has a sting in their tail. Therefore, don't piss them off, don't upset them, because they may well come and get you. And then you have the eagle, which is the bird's eye view, the higher octave of this awareness, which can only come from going into the darkness and seeing all the aspects of our being that we don't like, that actually we feel some level of disgust or embarrassment that they're a part of who we are, and owning them is really, really challenging. So for me, the archetype of this new moon is the teenager who you're literally holding their hair while they're throwing up in the toilet again, because they still don't know their limits in terms of alcohol. And you're like, instead of scolding them and being nasty to them, that aspect, that part of you is just seeking to know their boundaries, their limits, and to get used to what is what is enough, and then what is too much, and what isn't enough. And we're all learning this. We're also all moving from duality, from judgment, from black and white thinking, to accepting that overall, for us to move into unity consciousness, we have to embrace the shadow and the light. So before I go any further, I want to just do a little cacao toast, and then I'm going to talk just a teeny little bit more about these intentions that we've got. And feel free to share anything that's arising in the subject heading, any questions you've got, any particularly difficult emotions that have come up. I want to remind you that the work that we do here for ourselves is actually in service to others. Okay, so although we are working with our own energies and our own intentions and our own desires, this is in service to the highest good of all, because if we can live in truth and transparency, then we are able to co-create a world that mirrors that, because we're living that vibration ourselves. If we're living in mistrust, then that shadow is always going to be something that's reflected in the world around. So, this divine gold prosperity, this magic golden nuggets comes out of digging deep, right? And finding the gold nuggets. You have to mine them, right? You have to go and find them. They're not just up on the surface, just like diamonds. So we dig deep into ourselves with love, and that's what we're going to be doing this evening. So let's do a little toast. If you just want to sit yourself nice and tall, and if you haven't got cacao, don't worry, because you will pick up on the energy anyway. Rub your hands together, have a little shake. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, Irina, the health stuff has been crazy for us all, because we are purging the lower density energy, and everyone around. I've been sick for months. My partner's now sick. I'm getting better again. It's crazy what's happening, but it is worthwhile. So you have the shake. Bring your hands to your heart, or bring one hand to your heart and the other to your cacao. Take a moment to close your eyes and just allow yourself to know you're amongst company. You're amongst your soul tribe here, whether those are watching live or will watch the replay later. Our brothers, our sisters, the soul clan that is around us is what we connect to through our hearts, through the human heart grid. And also through our earth chakras, so through the crystalline grid, which is around the earth. And if you don't know what the crystalline grid is, then please, after this meditation, Google Flower of Life 3D, planet Earth, and you will see how people have superimposed the Flower of Life pattern around the earth. And that's how I see the crystalline grid. This is how we build the new earth, by connecting to it. So we now take a deep breath into our hearts and welcome Mama Cacao, the spirit of this beautiful plant medicine that restores balance and harmony through the power of insight, through the power of revelation, through divine grace. And all we have to do is call her in to influence our perception, to expand our consciousness, to allow us to see what we normally cannot see, so we can bring love to it, healing to it, and therefore be freed from it. And so take a moment now to release your hand and imagine this golden light just starting to shine out of your heart. And it's literally like shimmering glitter expanding out from your heart. You may even see a smile in your heart. And as you're seeing this, immediately a huge sphere of compassion surrounds you. And you can just imagine this as a ring of gold around you. And this ring of gold is as big as your energy field. So just allow yourself to know you are safe. We're here to co-create feelings of safety, security, and excitement tonight as we journey into the new world. We know that the last new moon was about the practical steps we could take to align with our divine design timeline. This new moon is about allowing the fears to surface that say, I'm going to mess it up. I won't be able to maintain it even if I step on it. And if I do succeed at this, this makes a mockery of the failures of my ancestors. How can I possibly say it's graceful and easy to move through the struggles that those before me have been so challenged by? This is the death of the old story. This is what we have to be prepared to allow to die. So we invite the Cacao Diva to impress upon us, to awaken within us whatever is needed to give us permission to allow us to let go of keeping alive the stories that limit us, the stories of the past, of our ancestors. And as this light is emanating from your heart, it's also moving down from the sun around your body as though you're being bathed in light. And I would like you to imagine a cocoon of gold and love and light around you. So within your sphere is this gold cocoon. It's like a chrysalis, like a tear shape, and it anchors into your earth chakra. This is the essence of your soul light. But the only thing that really gives it that shimmering, bright, amazing light is the fact that there's darkness behind it. It's the contrast. Just like the stars show up in the night sky. So we embrace this. And we say thank you to the Diva for being with us. May she bless each of us with the insights we most need at this point in our lives to liberate ourselves, that extra space within necessary to allow the miracles that we seek to occur in our lives. And so it is, and so it shall be. Aho. So bow gently to the light in your heart, the love in your heart, the wisdom that is you. And very gently bring yourself back. Welcome, welcome. Please forgive me because I seem to have a frog in my throat, so give me a sec. Definitely some kind of throat clearing going on. Okay, so we have Crazy Time Health Week. Health is one aspect. For Jid, it's my intention is to witness the truth of who I am from within me and to love me completely. I love it. That's exactly what this is about. So while we're drinking our cacao, I'll just talk for a couple more minutes and then we're going to get into the co-creation. I've said that the main intention is to state that I am practicing non-judgment. And yet, by the very virtue of practicing non-judgment, we have to accept that there are judgments that we are practicing not judging ourselves for. So if you can actually take that as a starting point for you, is that we have judgments. And one of the things I really want to expand on for people is that in the way that I teach things, and I talk about aligning with divine grace. So for me, Rosy Glow is a soft pink flame of divine grace. It's a frequency. And grace, as I understand it, is the power of revelation, the power of divine insight, the power that is those aha moments, also known as epiphanies. Now, epiphano, the word in Greek, it's like to reveal something. It's to be able to see something that you couldn't see. So these epiphanies allow us then to let go of something that isn't serving us anymore. We suddenly get to see things in a way that we can finally drop that thing that we've been holding on to so much because we doubt ourselves. And when you drop that thing, which can be a belief, a story, an old wound that you won't let heal, you won't let itself heal, you make the space for the gifts that you actually want to come to you. There was nothing, and this is the most frustrating thing, that is blocking us having what we want, but our own higher consciousness. It's not going to give us a Ferrari if we don't know how to drive a Ford Fiesta, right? It's really about understanding that you will get what you can deal with, and once you've mastered that, you will get the next bit. So one of the things I've noticed is a conflict in my own intentions. So if I'm saying on the one hand, I would like to earn X amount a month, but my overall desire is to have a fortune of X amount, just as an example. If I feel like there's conflict there, and I'm like, well, which one do I choose? Then I'm creating conflict in my life because I'm in my head about it. One way to see this as you step out of that lower frequency into the bird's eye view is that actually you'll start with something that seems manageable. And once you've mastered that, you'll then expand it to the next level of what seems manageable. And you have your ultimate goal that you're striving towards. But it's always taking the steps along the way. And none of this is about just visualizing it. The steps that I go through again and again are, what is it you want? Get clear on what you want or what you think you want. And it could be conflicting things. So write them both down, whatever it is, write it down, explore it, be curious about it. Don't judge it before it's even had a chance to get off the ground. Then you're looking at why you want it. And we have that, we ask that question because we want to know, do we trust why we want it? Do we feel like we're coming from a good place? Do we feel like what we want is worthwhile? Are we worthy of it? Are we deserving of it? Is one side. But the other side is what we're asking for really acceptable to be asking for it? And this is the thing, when you seek to have an experience, society will tell you whether the seeking of that experience is one that it approves of or not. And that society or culture or religion, it's just what keeps us doing what others do. It's what keeps us part of the crowd, at part of the herd. And what happens is we're in a certain vibration, and then some of us will expand and reach out of that vibration, and then we'll invite others to do it. There's always resistance, though, whenever you expand beyond something that you know, both individually and collectively. And we're seeing that all around the world at the moment, okay, in the sense that there is change happening, and then there's a lot of backlash to that change. So the key with this intention affirmation is not to judge yourself for having judgments, okay? To love and accept yourself for having judgments towards yourself and towards others. To practice being kind to yourself no matter what, especially when you are making what you consider to be poor choices, when you look at things in relation to what you've learned so far in your life. And these are the tests. They're phenomenal, but they are amazing, right? So if we can open ourselves up to diving into our darkness, then what happens with the whole process is that you allow that darkness to stop being a scary place, and it becomes a creative playground. So if you consider the womb, which is where, to this point in life at least, all life is grown in a womb, right? And with us mammals, everything is created in the womb, and it's the deepest, darkest space of a woman, right? You can't see in there. And just like the lotus comes out of the mud, we have this idea in the pitch black, and we energize it, and that idea starts to glow. And that's how we become co-creators of our reality. We manifest through thinking about things, getting clear on our intention, why we have it, why we want it, are we okay with that? And then we need to take practical steps to be able to help materialize the things that we have in thought form and in heart desire into our physical reality. Beyond that is the point where we are. So the last new moon was all about the practical steps. Where we are now is the commitment to see through this intention, to not give up on our intention, even when the road gets tough. You know, you have been told ahead of time you can get to where you want to get to, because all of us can co-create what we desire. And once we know that what we're desiring is aligned with love, then we feel compelled to move forward with it. And that was the step last month. We know it's for the highest good of all for us to grow into the best version of ourselves. We know this can only serve those we love, even if it's temporarily uncomfortable for them as we're growing. And then the commitment piece is what I say, you marry yourself. The important thing is you don't abandon, betray, or reject yourself when the going gets tough. So you set an intention, you feel all good about it, and then your resistance starts to come up. Who do you think you are? What if you fail? What if actually it doesn't happen? What if trusting your instincts is a really stupid idea? What if the other person that influenced you when you were 6 years old was actually right and you really weren't going to amount to much in life? What if, what if, what if? Whatever it is, this part of the process is bringing to light the darkness, which is what we're doing, and then bringing love to it is the fifth step. Meeting it with compassion, meeting it with love, which is what we do in the sphere of compassion. That is how you allow the transformation. And then you have to surrender it to divine timing. Now, divine will. Hey, Sue, lovely to see you. Thank you. Divine will. One of the things I say in the I am statements is, I am surrendering my ego will to my divine will. It is the death of the ego that is this Scorpio new moon. This is the intention, is to let the death of the programming happen to allow the new programming to actually take root. And the new programming is what you're doing when you're doing the deep inner work, either with me or with other coaches who are supporting you to reprogram, to detox and reprogram your subconscious. Okay, so this is so important. The surrender, intention, desire, surrender, very important. Every one of those steps is important. There's like two aspects, two parts to each aspect of that. And that surrender piece you can only do when you trust the divine self, the divine will as you, your wisest you. Not the you that is really austere, that doesn't want you to enjoy life, but the you that has accepted every aspect, the light and the dark, and is laughing at it all, which is how I see Source sees us. So that's the talk. A couple of things I just wanted to add in, actually. It's Halloween very soon. So All Hallows Eve traditionally is known as when the veils are thinned between the unseen world and the seen world. Okay, so I'm a bridge between the unseen and the seen, and this is where our ancestors, deceased loved ones, even non-physical beings that we might call guides or star family, can communicate with us more easily. And the new moon is actually born at 3:40 a.m. So in the middle of the night is when the moon will actually be born. So we're in the preemptive phase now. This is why it's so exciting to set these intentions, because if we take what Irina said, that, her intention is to co-create health as one aspect. So, to be vibrantly healthy, we kind of have to love up the bits of us that don't choose health. Yeah, the bits of us that actually choose what seems like activities that are anti-life when we know, what different substances do to us, for example. But the main thing with all of this is, again, about your balance and about being in this world, being curious about this world, and finding out what you need to do for you personally to be optimally aligned. And that means having fun, it means resting, it means working, it means a level of discipline. It's slightly different for us all, and we do each need to find the way that we work best. That's very, very important. And you set that as an intention to love up the bits of you that don't want to choose health. Okay, and that is okay. They all coexist. What are you going to energize? Fear. So one of the affirmations I'd written is, I am loving up the fears that arise. And I want to just say that I usually write fear with capitals, capital F.E.A.R, to symbolize false evidence or false emotions or false expectations appearing real. So there's always this, if they knew this about me, if they knew that about me, then they wouldn't still love me, right? And God is all seeing, Source is all seeing. Source sees everything that you're still hiding from yourself. And Source, higher self, higher will, loves you anyway. So you can practice loving yourself the same way that Source does or God does, okay? We are co-creating feelings of safety and security and excitement as we learn to live in alignment with our divinity. So that means when you know you're messing up, when you know you're making a choice that isn't the wisest choice, and then you're going to have to sit with yourself as you go through the consequences of that choice, that you're still kind and loving to yourself. And you take that opportunity to know that what you're doing is reinforcing something you know about yourself now that isn't a judgment, it's just a deep knowing, and it's how you're going to work with that knowing so you can have the best possible experience you can. I said also something I've written here, I love you anyway. This is the practice of this the next cycle, if you like. So as we're going from the new moon in Scorpio, we're then going to have a full moon in Taurus. So, this is where we come into stronger energy again. I think it's Taurus, Aries, Taurus, yeah. So the fire, that there's this groundedness to support us to move forward on this new path. Aries is kind of nonchalant, happy-go-lucky, doesn't necessarily know what's ahead, but Taurian energy is really kind of prepared. It's got the sense of, okay, what are we going to need? What tools do we need? And it's anchoring that happy-go-luckiness. So we're being invited all the time to step up our game. And that is where we're going to be able to flush out hidden blocks, bringing sight to blind spots. This is what we're really opening up to in this next month. Is when I say flushing out hidden blocks, I mean bringing light and love and compassion. That's the flushing out of these hidden blocks, to allow us to see our blind spots. And that's the aha moment, right? That's when you go, oh, I had no idea I did that. Oh, wow. Okay, I did. All right, let's move on. Love and compassion. Allowing the unseen to be seen, to become seen. That's where we are. And this is why I've worn my fairy godmother t-shirt. Haha! Because you can have anything you want. I am a representative of that. And I also practice this as a truth. We can have anything we want. So what do we want? And sometimes we have conflicting desires. And so we can have the ultimate goal, but we need to go here first to then be able to really appreciate that ultimate goal. So always trust your desires. And when you allow yourself to move out of the desires that are conditioned desires and you move into what your heart really wants, so you descend to ascend, you're then going to be in a position where wherever your heart takes you, so long as you align with your I am presence, your higher self, which we're going to do in a minute, you're always being led to the right place to support you, to have the shifts in your life that you need to give you that ultimate experience that you're seeking to have in this life. So even if it's unpleasant, even if it's dog poo on your shoe, it's there to teach you more love and compassion. And we are getting there, and you will see more and more results. Right, co-creation time. So hopefully you've drunk your cacao. Whatever difficult feelings have been coming up, I've explained what's behind them. So we're going to go into co-creation now. And the main thing we're going to do is to, now I get told, we're going to bring down the Christ consciousness to allow, so the golden light to basically move through our bodies. And we're going to find that our blackness moves into the sphere in front of us. We're going to co-create a sphere. So what we perceive to be our blackness, whatever that means for you. And when I say, I think darkness, blackness, I'm wearing black as a color, but it's really about the place of no light. Okay. So if you think of the color black, it doesn't absorb light. So this place of no light, we're going to pull out of us just by moving the Christ light, the compassion through us. We're going to pull out all that is there that is anti-life and anti-light, and we're going to love it up anyway. Okay, so let's see how we go. All right, when you're ready, rubbing your hands together and remembering we're doing this for all of humanity. We're doing this for the whole planet. We're doing this for our universe. May all beings in this universe be happy and at peace. And then bring your hands to your heart center. Allow yourself to breathe deeply. And allowing now your out breath to become a little longer. Your in breath to become a little deeper. Just settle your breath. No pushing, no pulling. Soften your face. And very gently just open your eyes for a moment. Really soft focus. I want to show you the mudras that we're working with. So with the left hand, you bring your fourth finger, ring finger, to your thumb. And with your right hand, you bring your index finger to your thumb. This palm's going to be up. They can both be palms up, okay? So I will explain them afterwards, but ultimately this is about rooting down to rise up. So really activating the earth chakra and the root chakra so you can really feel safe as a rocket to go into the space, into the unknown, and bring love and light everywhere you go. New path. Taking hold of your crystals again, you can have your mudras on you, or bring your hand to your heart, sorry, and you can hold your crystals. Please repeat after me. I am all that is. I am the one self I am. I am that I am. I am the source of my creations. I am the creator of my reality. I am a multi-dimensional being of love and light. I am sovereign. I am creator. I am free. I am co-creating my personal paradise in alignment with the highest good of all. I am divine grace and ease. I am co-creating the win-win-win in everything. I am divine flow. I am divine prosperity. I am divinely approved of. I am accepting my divinity. I am that I am. Just notice your body's reactions and responses to those words, because anything we say after the word I am becomes a truth we respond to. It is a program we embed into our system. Now, having your crystals near, or intending that you connect with your crystals wherever they are, I'm just going to cleanse them quickly, so please repeat after me. I cleanse these crystals to renew their power, so they may bring peace and harmony and benefit humankind. I command that all lower frequency energies be taken to where they can be transmuted into pure love and light, so that only the purest vibrations of love and light exist within these crystals for the highest good of all. And so it is, and so it shall be. Beautiful. So just allow yourself to really feel the energy flowing down through your body in response to the commands that you've just given. Allow yourself to open to golden love and light. Now, we connected to this initially as the frequency of Mama Cacao, the frequency of the Cacao Diva. But we also connect to this frequency of golden love and light as the Christ consciousness, the frequency of pure compassion. I invite you to remember the huge sphere that's surrounding you, and almost to tip your head up a little bit, not so that your neck is hurting, but just a little, to feel the golden love and light flow down through your forehead, stimulating your third eye and moving around the back of your head to stimulate the back of the third eye as well. And then down the spine, down through all of your nervous system, down through all of the channels around your body, so the canals, the rivers, the streams. These could be like ley lines on the earth, but for us they're meridian lines, and physical highways like veins. Just allowing the nerve pathways, all of the connectedness within our being, to be given the treatment of love and acceptance, of being lit up. Feel the palms of your hands soften, the soles of your feet soften. Just taking a moment to offer this golden love and light to the earth, to the crystalline grid. It's almost like a serpent moving through the body, scanning the body, and then moving down through the earth. And it's really glittery, really shimmery, shiny, glittery gold. It moves around the earth, and then into the earth's core, right at the center of the earth. And this becomes like a furnace ready to explode. And you all know, you've seen fireworks, you know those lovely fireworks that are golden, cascading light falls. They burst in the sky and some are really glittery. Just imagine for a moment the center of the earth exploding with delight, exploding with compassion, with love, exquisite love. This then moves back up through our bodies and out through the crown of the head. So it's reinforcing the flow up and down. And now we're being filled up. We're going to be filled up until the pipes burst. And what is happening is we're flushing out with love and with light all that is in resistance to our highest intentions, to our divine design timeline. So as I said before, these are the judgments that we judge ourselves for having. These are the behaviors that we judge ourselves and others for having. The beliefs that we judge ourselves and others for having. The memories that we wish we could forget, that we wish didn't define us. So just allow yourself to come back into that belief. I am sovereign. I am free. I am divine flow. I am divine prosperity. I am a magnet for my highest good. These are our higher intentions. And just allow now a sphere in front of your face to be created. And this sphere is a replica of the sphere of compassion that is around the energy field that is you. Now these spheres are made of trillions of little spheres, all spinning on their own axis. So again, like the flower of life formation, but holographic. These are our chemical containers that take in and then transmute lower frequency energies. So your divine self, your divine design timeline, the best possible ways of you sharing your gifts with this world and being gifted back the appreciation and the currencies that you wish, the love, the money, the recognition, all of this has to come from within. So with this new moon soon to be born, we allow in the darkness the scorpionic aspects of our being, the parts of us that want to sting, that want to attack, that want to cause harm, to be gently brought to the surface and released from our mouths into the sphere in front of us. So I've had conversations with friends and with clients about not feeling met this week. When we say, I am worth this, and I deserve this, and I want this, and we have the courage to state it, and then we're not met. The last minute, the deal doesn't go through. the other decides against. They don't step up. So easy for us to then decide our worth is less than it is because we were not met where we wanted to be met. And yet, all we can do is be in our truth about what we want, what we desire, what we deserve. Whether another can meet us or not, whether it's a job, a partner, an experience in life, is nothing to do with you, it's to do with them. We have a duty to be in our truth, to fully embody the self-acceptance that allows us to feel safe inside and therefore makes us desirable to be around. You know, just as you focus on a frequency, what's in resistance will come up. That's why I'm saying all of this. So give yourself the feeling of feeling really safe and secure and even excited about the fact that you're being walked through a dark tunnel. You know you're safe. You know you are safe. But you're going through from one place to another, and this transition is unknown. It's unfamiliar. You are being led by your heart, and you know that every step you take, you are safe. So allow yourself to feel these feelings. Feeling secure, feeling safe, feeling excited, even though we're in unfamiliar territory. Relax your pelvic floor muscles. Earth and ground your being. And allow yourself from your roots to draw up and out of you into the sphere in front of you. All that doesn't feel safe. All that feels it needs to attack or be attacked. All that trembles in terror. All that obsesses in order to understand. You may literally see scorpions leaving your skin, like literally moving out of your heart or out of your mouth into the sphere in front of you. I'm inviting all that is anti-life, that is within your consciousness, to be gently loved up, swept up, like literally. The dust is swept from under the carpet, goes up, up and out, from our hearts, from our mouths into the sphere in front. And remember, it's the gold love light that is whisking up a tempest within us to move what we perceive as our darkness into the sphere. And what you'll end up with is a sphere that looks completely black. It might be brown, might be other colours, but the way I'm seeing it is it's like a black hole. Just allow your sphere to spin faster and faster to the one in front of you, to act like a vacuum, to allow to draw out of you, your being, your physical, etheric, emotional, mental and astral bodies, physical, cellular, molecular, atomic and subatomic memories, the waves and particles of the quantum field and photon stream. Just allow yourself to release the darkness. We want to love it up. So all the places that feel scary to move into, all the things that seem beyond our control, well done. Okay. So we now invite the energy of this new moon You can literally imagine the new moon above your head. It's kind of tipping its lower point down so that now you can receive the liquid love light of infinite love, pure, clear, liquid love light to pour down through your crown, through your head. You may feel it tingling through your brain, down through your body, all the way down through your earth chakra around the planet, and then into the heart of Gaia, back up through your body, and from your heart into the sphere. Just allow that pure, infinite love light, the pure, clear light, symbolized by the moonlight, the new moon energy, to swirl through your sphere. And as it swirls through your sphere, that black hole starts to shift. Notice what happens when you bring light to it. Just see what happens for you. You know, within that sphere in front of you are all the reasons why you haven't yet materialized the things you want to, whatever they may be. And perhaps you have materialized everything you want and you just don't know what you want next. Well, it's the being in service in the highest, well, in the best possible way, the best way we can share our gifts with this world, the way that we most enjoy, that benefits the most beings, that has the most impact. That's what we align with as divine humans. So see the light swirling into that darkness, into that black hole. And you may start to see now it's like a tornado of bright, clear, love light. And in itself, it's neutralizing the density of the black hole. But actually, this is like any black hole, it's an infinite space. So into this infinite space, we're going to bring infinite love and compassion. So you've got the pure, clear love light moving through, and it wants to be colored. So now, start to bring in again the Christ consciousness, the divine masculine, the pure, beautiful, golden, shimmering love light. It's always flowing through us. Move it down through your pelvic floor, and please move it through your organs. Oh, that's feeling really good. So you feel it connected to Gaia's heart, and see that golden, shimmering glitter, love light moving into the sphere in front of you. That's beautiful. You see it starts to, the carrier was the infinite love, right? But it's creating a sort of speedy tornado that needs feeding. You feed that golden, shimmering, glittery love light into it. And now you've got like a kaleidoscope of transmutation going on. And I'd like you also to bring in the platinum flame of the divine feminine. You can just say 3 times, I am the platinum flame, I am the platinum flame, I am the platinum flame. Let that move down through your being. This is a neutralizing, purifying frequency. It heals the hurts of judgment, self-judgment and judgment from others. The golden flame will create a container, a strong container, a boundary. So as you move the platinum flame down through the earth, and then back around again and up and from the heart into the sphere, see the platinum and the gold dancing together, courtesy of the infinite love. And so we're representative here of the divine masculine, the divine feminine, healing and nurturing and nourishing, and creating the space for the divine child. So now we bring in the soft pink flame of divine grace. I am divine grace, I am divine grace, I am divine grace. And this flushes through us, around the earth, into her heart, back up through our bodies, particularly the sacral chakra, everyone, okay? So root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus, heart, really filling up, clearing the throat and the third eye and the crown, rooting down through the earth chakra and through the soul chakra. As above, so below. And now from your heart, this soft pink love light, moving into the sphere with the gold, with the platinum. Oh, wow. And this is the frequency that allows us to let go easily of what is no longer serving us. Whatever that is, if it's not serving us anymore, it goes. We don't have to worry about what it is. If illness isn't serving us anymore, it will go. If disapproval isn't serving us anymore, it will go. We'll become aware first of all the ways that we disapprove and feel like we're disapproved of, but we bring love and light to it. So this idea that it's really easy to let go of what doesn't serve us, embrace that idea. And so everything that still has a hold on you in some way is serving you. We want to make sure it's serving your highest version, your highest vision, and not your lowest. So feel that pink and see now that the divine masculine and the divine feminine allow the wounds of the wounded child, the wounded inner child, to be healed, so that this wounded inner child becomes the divine child. Cosmic play. Learning about cause and effect, learning how to co-create more beautiful pictures, visions, experiences here in this earthly plane. And so every bit of you, your rebellious teenager, the toddler tantrums, the but whys, the stuck in the muds, the pedants, the judge, the jury, the executionist, the self-saboteur, all of these aspects of your being are brought to love. They're exalted. They're revered. And by that, it's about having a sense of humour, isn't it? Wow, you do that self-judgment really, really well. Wow, you do that self-sabotage so well. You really do it well. Really, really honour how well we do everything in our lives. Heal it, see what's happening in that sphere. The colours merging together. Their own unique synergy just for you to then step into when you're ready. So you can almost imagine a yin-yang going on in there, with the platinum, the gold, and the pink. And you can allow it to change form. Just know that as you connect with it now and you get ready to step into it, this is basically the frequency of complete self-acceptance, complete self-approval. It is the frequency that means we stick with ourselves no matter what, however long it takes, however many times we feel like we failed. We stay with us, we stick with us. And it's not all rainbows and unicorns all the time, we know this. Being able to stay with us and not attack ourselves is what this frequency represents. So we keep our vision. We know we're here to serve and to enjoy being in service. We know we want to make the best possible use of our talents available to those we are here to serve. We want to enjoy the process. We want to be guided by our higher selves. And we know in order to do this, we need to meet our lower selves with love and acceptance. That's what stepping into this sphere represents. This is the new earth paradigm. Are you ready? And just before we step into it, I want to anchor its frequency. So please just repeat after me. I am commanding an accidental alignment with my divine design timeline, with the highest good of all, and the win-win-win in everything. Anchor, lock and seal. Recalibrate, align, balance and harmonize. For graceful and gentle integration and full expression in my physical reality and all relevant dimensions in all space and time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now you're looking at that, you know what it represents, it's huge, it's a portal, we're stepping into it. So when you're ready, create your golden bridge. In fact, create a rainbow bridge. And as you create the rainbow bridge from your heart into the sphere expands around you, and it is as though you are stepping into the new earth paradigm. You're stepping into a new way of being here on earth, co-creating the new earth. So as you step in, look around. It's about seeing through eyes of love. Allow yourself firstly just to feel what it's like to be in the energy of the grace, of the gold, of the platinum, of the infinite love. Allow yourself to fill up with all of these frequencies. These are the transmuted so-called darkness that has been within us, so-called anti-life. Yet we know that the dark is the contrast for the light. We create a container around it to bring unity where there is disharmony, discord. So now in this bubble of love and light, float. Float in the ocean of your divinity as you also recognize the infinite space around you, the silence of the universe and its song at the same time. This ball of love and light that you are, this sphere, is floating safely, securely, and excitedly on an adventure through the unknown. It's going towards home. It's going towards the light that is source. And this light is within it as much as it's in front of it. We are being guided every step of the way to share our joy. We can allow the scenery to change around us because the safe spot is within and around. Just let your heart be nurtured and nourished I am practicing non-judgment. I am meeting myself with kindness. I am loving up the fears that arise. Just allow all of that to settle into you. Take a moment to remember why you desire what you desire, why it is you are motivated to create the things that you intend to create. What is it that excites you? What is it that you want others to join you in? Acknowledge just how far you have come. And acknowledge that the backdrop of the darkness is what allows us to see the light. And it's all part of one unified consciousness. So we can adjust the levels. We truly allow ourselves to be receiving of our own love and approval no matter what. Even when we find ourselves in the place of attack, we still love and approve of ourselves. We still show up for ourselves, even when we feel like we're failing. So when you make that kind of commitment to yourself, notice how that feels. And as we seek to understand the unknown, the unfamiliar, as we seek to make peace with our fears, we know we are supported. We know we are held. So let yourself be a seed of consciousness, a star seed floating through space. As a divine child held by the Divine Mother and the Divine Father, being led towards your own highest expression of your divinity in human form here on earth, as we co-create the new earth paradigm. And so it is, and so it shall be. I am commanding an axiotonal alignment with these intentions. And so as we go forth, we know we are being guided, we are being led by the divine self that accepts and loves all aspects of the shadow. And so we are safe, and we are secure, and we can be excited. Send an anchor from your heart into the earth, into the heart of Gaia. Take a moment to remember everyone else who's reaching out as you are. You reach for each other. We all reach for each other. Our magic is so powerful. And the intention that this benefits all those we love as we pursue our own passion and alignment with divine truth. I command that this process continues until completion. Anchor, anchor, anchor. Recalibrate, align. Balance and harmonize. For graceful and gentle integration, expression, and manifestation in our physical reality, in all dimensions, in all space and time. And so it is, and so it shall be. Just before you come back, see yourself as you move through the light that you are, embracing the shadow, that you are a magnet, a ball that attracts to it all that will support the best possible outcomes, all that will support the opening of doors, all that will support the abundance of resources necessary to allow full transmutation of the old self into the new. You may see the odd phoenix or unicorn flying around, the odd dragon too. Beautiful work, everyone, beautiful. So the surrender part is just allow the imagery to float on by. Allow yourself to meet yourself through your dream state to gain the insight, the guidance that you need tonight as the moon is born, to support the total embracing and integration of that which is hard to love. And so it is, and so it shall be. Thank you. So start to breathe yourself back. And taking nice, deep, deep, deep breaths. Allowing yourself to come fully back to this and now space. And as you come back, if you want to share anything, please do. If you're feeling complete, then perhaps you can hit the thumbs up, the like button, just so I know you're good. I've got 8 of you supposedly on at the moment, so just let me know how you're doing. And as always, if you have enjoyed this, then please do subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications and share with those you love. Just keep bringing yourself back, breathing in through your feet. Allowing yourself to keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back. And when you're ready, you can just gently stretch your fingers, yawn your body awake. And coming back and allowing everything good just to reorientate itself. There's a very, very strong imagery of the seed floating through the abyss of darkness and the space. And there's so many ways we could have gone with this. It was totally guided, so I trust it was exactly as it was meant to be for everyone. There'll be a lot more coming through the night, but what I would say for those of you who have been watching this or watch the replay, I believe that a lot of the prep work has already been done, so this should allow the next couple of weeks to be graceful and easy, and for us to really see that the things that are coming up are aligned with us walking our path confidently, being able to step forward and to attract the very things that we say we want to occur with grace and with ease. And that's the point of this, is clearing that resistance, clearing the judgment up that says we're not allowed it, allows us to make space for it. Thanks for the thumbs up. And this, if you actually consider anything you want to co-create in your life at this point, clearing up your internal resistance to it is really important. You can do loads of mind stuff, but if you just work with your soul, which was what we've done, to clear up the resistance, then the doors open. And it is about recognizing the signs that things are on their way. It is recognizing that very often we give up because we think something's not happening just before it's actually happening. So be mindful of the fact that if it feels like things are leaving your life and that creates some kind of grief, that's a really good sign that you're making space for what you actually want. And really be open to the chance scenarios things that are approaching you that seem like they're not quite right, but they want to get your attention, just open up to the messages that are available. It's really, really helpful to do that. There is so much magic awaiting for us all. We do have to just line up with it and not be too busy to receive it. So if you're enjoying this, thank you so much. Please do hit the subscribe. You can like, you can hit the notifications, which allows you to know when another video is up. I've got quite a few videos actually that are scheduled to go live, explaining different concepts that I've been talking about for a while and my perspective around them. And of course, if you are interested in working with me more deeply, it is breakthrough season at the moment. I'm taking breakthrough calls for my next round of the Fearless, Empowered and Free to Be Me program, which actually is a mastermind group coaching program. That there are lots of things that can be done one-to-one and group work, but essentially with the group work, I love to bring together groups of 5 and with me 6. So it's the 6-pointed star that becomes the diamond, and we basically do the reprogramming of the motherboard so that we can align with our divine design blueprint and start to live that in this earth. So if you're interested in that, check it out on rosieglow.com, book your breakthrough call, and let's get you on the next round of Fearless. I can't wait to see you there. Take care, share the love, lots of love and sweet dreams. Bye.